off in Week 9. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. And there's also a flag to go with it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw, Huntley. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huntley airing this one out for Evans. It's caught inside the 25.
Huntley is back.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 56 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. On 1st and 10, Huntley. And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
To Rob Gronkowski.
Rob Gronkowski, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And that one gives the Bucks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Panthers nothing. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And the Bucks with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. And shoving his way inside the 35. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Bucks will get ready to go on offense. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
7 yards, the pickup there.
7-yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
28 yards.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rob Gronkowski with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Buccaneers 14, Panthers nothing. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Bridgewater to throw it. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Let's go. What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
So remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And Bridgewater able to get this complete to Anderson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to the ground attack here is McCaffrey. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Whitehead on the tackle.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucks 16. A gain of 13, it's a first down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30, the 20. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Buccaneers 21, Panthers nothing. Bradley Kenyon to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Just like that. Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4. It's going to be a long day.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1.
21, Panthers nothing.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's McCaffrey. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The Buccaneers.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. That's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
Let's go. 79.
March 47.
Fournette on the counter, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Third down, here's Jones. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now, start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Bridgewater, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Bridgewater. Completes it to Samuel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This is McCaffrey. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucks' 20-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. 30. 10. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucks. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. We've got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. McCaffrey. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Throwing. Bridgewater. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Sacked. An 8-yard loss.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the...
To throw on 2nd down. Huntley steps away to his left. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's our field.
Now Leonard Fournette. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A run with Fournette there as he'll push this forward for about 4 on 1st down. Now the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
21-yard line.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Here's Huntley. He'll buy some time right. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 33. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
45.
On third down, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Now Fournette. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brought down by...
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Huntley. And that is incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd and short.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Huntley to throw. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Complete.
Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
First down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
At the 6-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. 25, check 25, check 25.
Stepping up, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. It's their quarterback scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense, great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson, and he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
1st down, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He's going to look deep for more. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. That'll bring up 2nd down.
10.
And again, it's Bridgewater. Again, he targets Moore. This one is complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucks' 24-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Bridgewater gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Not much there, only a yard.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Check Mike 45.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Bridgewater again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games, and now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
He's tackled at
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw. Huntley. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
23-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Bridgewater on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Devin White able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 28. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The Bucks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
A gain of 12.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Mike, check, 59.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9.
Here we go. 59's Mike. Check, 59.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
Hey, check flag 47. Check flag 47.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has it.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball.